What I've done is very influential and important, including to people like EZA allies. And the first person that would say that is Brandon Jones, because he said it to me. But when Brandon Jones went back to his crowd, most people liked what happened, except for a few people. They listened to a few people, and he threw me under the bus on his Cup of Jones podcast. And I wrote him an email that fall, and I was like, you are done. I'm done with you. Never talk to me again. Like, and that was where we left it. But you see, it goes into what I practice, what I preach, because knowing that Dustin is friends with Brad, knowing that Easy Allies are other people, knowing that my interactions with Brandon shouldn't paint the whole picture, Brad was welcome on Sacred Symbols Plus. Every single outside guest we have has someone that has a problem with it. David Jaffe, controversial when we have him on the show. Do I care? No. Would I ever throw him under the bus? No. Do I agree with everything that comes out of David Jaffe's mouth? Not even remotely do I agree with everything he says. In fact, we are diametrically opposed on many topics. He also happens to be a brother and a good friend of mine. So you can have it both ways. The way they treated Dustin is not acceptable. And it rings with an echo of what Brandon did to me. The reality is that this game of telephone that has gone on long enough in this games industry about me and about this content, it needs to end. And I'm not entirely sure how to fight back against it, except for to do a segment on our show and just kind of leave it there. This company, first of all, the company has no opinions because it's a company. The individuals within the company all have different opinions on things. And that's the way it's always going to be. And I am tired of the endless character assassination of me being a bigot and a transphobe and a racist. For what reason exactly? Tell me that. You point at obscure tweets. I have recorded thousands and thousands of hours of content in my career. I've written millions of words. If I am so bad, you should have a tome of detail that will fill in all of the texture, but you have nothing except conjecture and misinterpretations and misreadings, and most of it, by the way, willful. And what you guys do is shameful because you do not care about the blowback and the splash damage on other people. You do not give a shit about it. And then you have the nerve to cast other people as the bad guy. I was reading that Reset Era thread, and one of the things that was funny to me was that someone said, like, all we need now is Colin to say something on Twitter and draw all of his people to it. See, this is the mentality people have, is they can say and do whatever they want. And the second you acknowledge it or punch back, you are the problem. These people are despicable that do this kind of thing. And I mean that for most of the people at Easy Allies. So fuck you. And fuck you for what you said to Dustin and what you did to him. How dare you treat someone like that? I'm sick of it. I am over it. It's not right. It's not fair. Stop swinging at us for any reason you want and using us as a punching bag and demeaning us. And look at how well we do with all of this defamation. Imagine if we were treated fairly, how big we'd be.